Last thing I want to talk about with AEW is the Inner Circle. They had this war console on Dynamite in the closing segment because they were having a decline in the last couple of weeks, which included Sammy Guevara leaving the Inner Circle. Chris Jericho suggested adding a new member to bolster the ranks and give the group a new attitude, but MJF suggested addition by subtraction. In other words, losing a member, like kicking a member out of the group. But Sammy Guevara came out and wanted to show Chris Jericho some damning evidence of what MJF is doing to the group. So Sammy Guevara had this phone footage ready to go, and it shows MJF trying to convince Santana, Ortiz, and Jake Hager to unite with MJF to kick Chris Jericho out of the Inner Circle. So at first, the Inner Circle looked like they were going to go after Jericho and Sammy Guevara. But as JR said on the broadcast, the worm has turned, and literally the original Inner Circle came together and fired MJF's ass out of the Inner Circle. And before they were about to kick MJF's ass, MJF, he was trying to be a typical chicken shit and tried to plead for forgiveness. But it was a tease because he revealed that he built his own Inner Circle, and the lights went out, and when the lights went back on, the Revival, Shawn Spears, and MJF's bodyguard Wardlow, along with Tully Blanchard, were standing right behind the Inner Circle, and MJF's new stable completely decimated the Inner Circle, and Wardlow powerbombed a bloody Chris Jericho onto a crash pad to end Wednesday's Dynamite. Now, honestly, I don't know. I felt pretty mixed on the whole segment, because for one, I thought the footage was kind of the more I watched it, because I just kind of felt half-assed on everyone's end, and I felt like the acting on Santana, Ortiz, and Hager when they were getting ready to beat down on Jericho and Guevara, only to turn around and go after MJF. It could have been better. They could have cornered Jericho and Guevara, but then suddenly, woof, we're coming for you, MJF. The band's back together. And I don't know. They dragged it for so long. They it made it a little too obvious that, oh, well, the original Inner Circle is back together. It's well, that ruined it a little bit. So other than that, I guess it'll be kind of interesting to see how Jericho does as a face in AEW. We've already seen it a lot in WWE, but never in a setting like AEW. But I personally prefer him as a heel. But I guess with a big heel like MJF, it should be pretty interesting. But here's the catch. I think AEW is gonna have his hands full if they want to sell people like me on the rest of MJF's new faction, because MJF, he actually has potential. He actually has potential and room to grow. But everyone else, oh man, they're complete dog shit. Because you got the boring ass Revival, Dax Hardwood and Cash Wheeler, also known as Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder from their WWE days. And then you got the complete afterthought Shawn Spears and MJF's bodyguard Wardlow. Man, that's not really an elite threat to the Inner Circle. So they better find a really good way to sell this group as hot shit and a big threat to the rest of AEW, because I don't know, they surely don't look like it, despite what happened on Wednesday. So we'll see what happens there.